Hi, hello, it is me, Bubba. And like I said, I would make a tutorial on this, and here I am. But before I, you know, start the actual tutorial, I just want everyone to know that frutiger Metro has kind of like subgenres, substyles of what it could look like. For example, I'll probably show like examples up on the screen, but sometimes it could look very flat or it could look more detailed with like highlight shadows and all that type of stuff. Sometimes it's more like clean looking, and the other times it's more messy and kind of grungy. So keep that in mind when you're making the background or something. I don't know. It's just a good thing to keep in mind. Um, just a few more things before I actually get to the tutorial. There's a website called salvaged.new, and basically what it is it's an archive website that has a bunch of textures and Photoshop brushes. If your program is compatible with those brushes, please use them. Take the shortcut. Another thing is that the program you're using, I really suggest that it has like circle tool, a line tool, a curve tool, just anything to again make it easier for you and stuff. I know some of you guys don't have art programs that have vector layers, so instead I suggest making two separate canvases. One is where you're going to be making all the assets. The second is where you'll be putting everything together, so it's just more easier and you always have a high quality version of the asset you're making, the little circles or whatnot, or whatever you have to make for the background, you know? I do like to plan out a little bit on what colors I'll be using and what like shapes. Well, really just like the circles. That's all I'm really making here is a bunch of circles, pretty much. But I do like to plan it out, and I feel like if you have a grasp on, what colors go together, complementary colors and stuff, um, it will make this a lot easier. But either way, this is a process where you have to experiment to see what you want to do and see what you like. So basically, just go do whatever, you know? Who cares what colors you use, as long as you're happy with them. If you can, try to make folders so you don't have to merge any of the layers. This is so whenever you feel like you want to change something, which you're gonna see me doing here a lot, is going back to change stuff, is so you have that ability to just go ahead and change it without having to redo anything or have to struggle around with color blend modes. I'm sorry, my dyslexia is so bad. It's really bad. So you just don't have to suffer with all that, you know? I'm just saying, just do whatever you can to make things easier for yourself. Because suffering is not something that's, you have to do. I had to record this again because of that little arrow I had where it wasn't like showing my screen. So I'm just gonna go ahead and redo this because I can't explain to you how to do this or what I'm doing in specific without like visually showing it, but all I'm doing is I make, where the hell's my mouse? I make the circle, duplicate it, go ahead and change the color to whatever you need it to be, and then I don't know if anyone else's program is able to do this, but all I'm doing is scaling it down, so I don't have to draw the circle manually and risk having it be off-centered, because no one wants that. But you keep repeating this for how many times you have to, basically. That's all you gotta do. It's very easy. It's very simple, but for some reason, I just can't explain how to do it. I don't know what's wrong with me. Yeah, there you go. So that's how you do that and stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and repeat myself and say that you're gonna want a reference because there's so many ways you could go about designing these little circles. It's insane, really, but you don't want to repeat like the same thing over and over again. So that's why it's okay to take reference, it's okay to take inspiration, you know? Alright, I'm trying to talk as much as possible in the video, so it's not like awkward, but remember that it's okay to like look for free assets and resources. For example, like the star you're about to see me use here. Ignore the seal sensor. But yeah, don't be afraid to, go out and look for like free assets. It's fine. You're not gonna go to jail. You're not gonna die from it. It's okay. Go ahead. Fun fact, but I literally never used the gray circles at all. I don't know why I made them. It's just like completely useless. I don't I don't know why. I don't know what the vision was. I don't know how I was supposed to use it. Now anyways, like right here is where I actually start putting everything together. Now because I don't have like a little doodle, a little drawing for me to use, I'm kind of putting everything kind of off on this corner. But you want there to be a focal point. You want everything to kind of cluster up at where you want people to look at the most. So keep that in mind. And when it comes to like, messing around and putting everything together, it's all about experimentation. Just do whatever feels right. And again, look at the references if you're not too sure on what it's supposed to look like. But like I said before, this is a process where you have to experiment a lot. Yeah, I don't know what else to say about it. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and pop in because now I get to talk about the other important part, which is halftones. Now, some programs already like have a thing where you can manually make the halftones, but if not, the website I showed you, they have halftone brushes that you use, and in here you can see me making my own halftone. oh my god, half tone thing, and then I go in with like the brushes, because I kind of like the pre-made half-tone brushes instead. But for this video, I just decided to go in and use both. And then after that, another important thing is splatter brushes. Especially for this type of style. Just a thing that's mandatory, necessary for you to go Metro is half-tones and splatter brushes. And then here I'm just adding more details, like these little lines. This is something that you'll see common, is just like random lines. And then you can see me adding gradients. You don't always have to add gradients, but for this I felt like it was necessary. It gave it more detail. And then you see me here messing with the colors. Again, you see me here using Clip Studio's halftone thingy. I don't know what to call it. Either way, I use it here to make like a checkered pattern. I do have a brush that's like a texture brush to make the checker pattern, but I was just like really lazy. Like as I'm recording this right now, it is 5:19 a.m. I am tired. And then here you see me try to make one of those lines. I have no idea what I was doing, by the way. This is probably something that's way more easier to do in like Adobe Illustrator. Maybe one day I'll pick up that program again and try to learn it. Yeah, just it doesn't have to look perfect, just as long as you're happy with it, you know? That's all that matters. This right here is kind of like the part where I do final touches, and I just kind of mess around with the brushes I have from the archive thingy website. And you just kind of mess around, you know? Just see what looks good. Just add that extra detail, as you can see me doing here. Just messing around. In case no one understands what I'm doing right here, basically what you do to make this outline is you select the whole layer, and then it's like, I think it's like edit, I have to check, edit, outline selection. Yeah, that's basically all you have to do. Make sure that it is on a separate layer, because I did mess that up. All I'm doing right here is just making a folder for the layer, so I can put that that outline on it, just to make it pop out a little bit more. As you can see, I didn't keep it black, I kept it white. It looked better. But yeah, that's all. And then we're basically done right here. I'm just fidgeting around a little bit more. And that's how you make the little background. My eyes fucking hurt, holy shit.